So yes, it's happened again. I've got a new bike. Again.
Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. Yeah. I'm going mainstream. Damn. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream.
So what's actually been happening since the last time I recorded a video? I should probably say the last time I recorded a video was, I think it was just after Christmas. Like between Christmas and New Year. So it's been a while. It's been a weird month. I've had a lot of shit going on. I kind of considered January a trial month for the year, and now we're in February. I think I might carry on with the year. I might just renew my subscription. But like I said, it's been a weird one. It's been a very strange month. Just before Christmas, I was riding the ER-5 and the fork seals went. They properly went. I was bottoming out the front suspension by letting off the throttle, so I couldn't ride that. So I spoke to guys at work. They didn't have any fork seals that would fit, so they had to order them in. It took a week to get there. So in that week I said, look, without the bike I can't get into work. Can I borrow one? So I borrowed the training school's Z650. In fact, I've recorded a couple of videos on that. They're going to come out in the next couple of weeks. So I was riding around on a Z650 for a while. Then I gave that back after my bike had been repaired, so the fork seals were perfect. A couple of weeks later I hit a van. There's a patch of black ice. The van did an emergency stop and I touched the front brake on ice. Front wheel stopped, I didn't. Headbutted the fucking van and implanted a very important part of me into the fuel tank. There was a massive dent right between my legs on the tank. I was walking funny for a couple of days. It wasn't good. So then obviously that bike got fucked. It bent the forks, it shattered the mudguard. That was held together with parcel tape. It slightly bent the handlebars, so it was almost unrideable. And then I realised it needed a new clutch. The throttle was going, the clutch cable needed replacing, and that bike was causing more problems than it was worth. So I spoke to the guys at work and said, look, this is what's going on. If anything comes in within this price range that I can use on an A2, don't put it up for sale. Speak to me first. Give me first refusal. A few days later, someone came in and bought I don't know what they bought, but they traded in a Suzuki GSX650F. At the time it was a non-runner. The cooling system was fucked. The fan wouldn't come on. Coolant hoses had blown. It was not pretty. So I said, right, how much did we pay for it as a company? 350 quid. Okay. How much will it cost to repair it? No one really knew because they didn't know what the problem was. So I said, right, get it repaired and then talk to me. So they got it repaired. They probably put about £350 into repairing the bike, and it ran perfectly, didn't miss a beat. So I spoke to him and said, right, how much do you want for it? 500 quid. Done. Sorted. Paid for it there and then. See, I'm now riding around on a GSX650F. It's a fucking nice bike, to be fair. It's not perfect. It's done 65,000 miles. And don't fucking roll back into me, buddy. Yeah, it's done 65,000 miles and it's got some slight cosmetic issues. But fuck me, it runs good. It runs fucking brilliantly. But yeah, it's 10 years old, and the guy that did have it used it as a commuter into London every single day. So fairly high mileage, and burnt out car there. Fairly high mileage, and again, like I said, it's got cosmetic problems. It's the right side fairing's got lots of cracks on it. The left side fairing's got a few bolts missing. The exhaust has got a couple of scratches on it, just from it's obviously been down the road twice at least. But it's got a full service history. The guy actually serviced it himself in between every service as well, and even that's in the service book. So it's probably had like 35 services in 10 years. Which is probably why it fucking runs perfectly now. And for the first time in my riding life, I have a bike with hazard lights. No bike I've ever had has had hazard lights. And I've always thought, why don't bikes have hazard lights? Turns out a lot of them do. Just none of the ones I had. Which is quite good, it actually has hazard lights, because I had to use them the other day. I saw a lorry plough into the side of a car while I was behind the lorry, so I had to stick the hazards on, stop and sort all that shit out. Oh, fuck! Shit. Slightly late for work at that point, but fuck it. I have to say, there is one thing I don't like about this bike. It's a Suzuki, which means to start it up, you've got to pull the clutch in. Nothing major, it just kind of annoys me a little bit. So yeah, at the moment it's got one thing that is a slight inconvenience. It's not really inconvenient, it's just, I don't know, it just annoys me a little bit. But compare that to the fucking ER-5. I mean, what was actually wrong with that? Because there is a big list of stuff that's wrong with it. Let's start from the front and work back. Shattered mudguard, bent forks, bent handlebars, left mirror was fucked anyway, clutch cable, throttle cable, gearbox, clutch. The engine collected water. If you left it on its side stand in the rain, the engine filled up with water and it wouldn't fucking run. The back half was okay, but the front, well...
Oh, the front fell off.
Yeah, but to be fair, it was a cheapish bike and it served a purpose. It wasn't a bike that I was going to go out and actually buy because I liked it, because it wasn't my sort of thing. It was really not my sort of thing. I did grow to like it a little bit, but then it started annoying me. But it's not something I would have gone out and bought. I'm not really into naked bikes. That and the seating position was too upright. It was very commutery. And that my problem was, because of my old job working at a supermarket, my back was fucked and I've got a dodgy shoulder as well. And then riding the KTM, where I was leant down like this the whole time, my back got completely screwed. And then all of a sudden, riding a bike where I'm sat up like this, my back didn't like that. The comfortable riding style was painful. Whereas this, it's slightly more leant forward. You've got a bigger seat, you can scooch further back. You can lean down a little bit more. For most people, it's less comfortable. For me, it's perfect. It's a halfway point between a commuter and a sport bike. And that's exactly what I need. I mean, it's still a commuter, which is good because I'm doing 100 miles a day commuting, but you can still have some fun on it. The ER-5, you couldn't really have much fun. It was very... You get from A to B on this thing. I didn't go out for a pleasure ride on it. I rode it to work and I rode it back from work. If I needed to get somewhere, I rode it. I didn't really do what I'm doing now. I woke up and went, fuck it, I'm going to go out on a bike. The ER-5 didn't do that to me. Whereas this, I mean, right now it might just be because it's a new bike and I've only had it for 3-4 days. And that effect hasn't quite worn off yet. But oh, I am actually having fun on this thing. It's more my sort of riding style. like I said, the ER-5 was very upright. It was very naked bike. I get on better with sport bikes, with being leant down. Don't think about it, buddy. Thank you very much for not killing me. But this, because I'm slightly more leant forward, I'm back to hanging off the bike around the corners. The ER-5, I was riding it weirdly. I tilted the bike, I didn't tilt myself. As soon as I got on this, I'm back to leaning myself around the corners, and oh, it feels good. I should probably say it is a 650. I'm still on an A2, so it is restricted. But the restrictor kit is a throttle stop. So I've got half throttle. Low down, I've still got full power. But it just restricts it down from about the halfway point. Like I said, I've only got half the throttle, but still, it pulls, it's nice. And when I do my full license, I can de-restrict it, and I've got a full powered bike, which is what I was looking for. It kind of came at the perfect time, this bike coming in when it did. It's kind of like the perfect bike for what I need and what I want. It's a halfway point. It was lucky when it turned up when it did. And to be fair, I really like the look of it. The exhaust needs to be changed. It's too quiet and it's fucking huge. But I'll look at getting another Black Widow or something on it. Simple. It's so smooth. It's the first inline 4 that I've had. All my other bikes have been singles or twins. Turns out I really like it inline 4. It's smooth. Everything about this bike feels smooth. The power delivery, it's just lovely. The clutch is buttery smooth. It's hydraulic. It's the first bike I've had with a hydraulic clutch. The only thing that isn't really smooth at the moment is my gear changes, but that's because of me still getting used to the bike. And the suspension, it's because the guy that did have it used it for commuting. It's set up more for comfort than performance, so I need to change that because it's too soft. I can't deal with really soft suspension. I don't like it. Oh, it's got adjustable forks and adjustable shocks, so I can get that sorted easy. Yeah, enough about the bike. What else has happened this month? Obviously, I said I'd hit the van. Amazingly, the guy that was in the van, got out while I'm laying on the floor. He's saying, oh, we need to go for insurance. What are we going to do now? And I'm like, mate, I want to get up off the fucking floor. My balls hurt. Give me a minute. But after him spouting all that shit about insurance, it's been a month. I've heard nothing. So I'm assuming either he didn't have insurance or he realised that his van had a little scratch on it. That's all it was, a little scratch. Haven't heard anything, so I'm assuming nothing's happening with that. Yeah, and why haven't I uploaded a video in the last month? My computer fucked itself. I edited one video 5 times. Every time it got to render, it crashed. The whole computer went. So I had to do a complete factory restart on the computer, and then it wouldn't turn on properly. It was stuck on the logo screen. So I had to enter the matrix and get into all the coding of the computer and teach myself how to do coding. So I sorted all that out and then had to reinstall all my software on it. I then had to give my computer to someone to take into work so they could have Microsoft Office put back on there, because they had a work license and I'm not paying £100 a year for Word and PowerPoint. You can fuck off with that. So I've been fucking busy. But now I've got the computer all back up and running. I've got 2 videos to edit and release after this one. Once the days start getting longer again, once I leave work in daylight, I'll be able to record on the way home from work and on the way to work as well, so I'll be able to upload more videos, because at the moment the only time I can really record is my day off. And for the last few days, for the last few weeks, the weather's been shitty. We've had snow and everything, and I've ridden in the snow once before. It didn't end well, so fuck that. Yeah, once spring is here, things will get back up to standard. Things will get back to normal again. Until then, it's going to be fairly sporadic videos. But once again, shit started to go wrong at the start of the year, but it's all coming up again now. I've been at this new job for about 6 months, and I'm still getting used to the fact that not everything is shit. Because at my old job, that's where I was. Everything was shit. One thing went wrong, everything went wrong, and it was horrible. This job, now I'm sorting out my own shit, like in my own head. I've hit the point where, yeah, something's gone wrong. It'll be alright. It'll either get sorted or it won't. It's not the end of the world. So it's all going well. It's strange. Like I said, 6 months at this job, and I'm still learning that sometimes shit happens. So yeah, that's what I've been doing for the last, well, month and a half really, because I haven't put anything up in that long. But like I said, soon it will get back to normal, I promise. And now I've got a bike that I'm actually enjoying, I'll be recording more videos on my days off as well. So I'll get more stuff done. And I've got a lot of videos I need to record. I've managed to get quite a lot of stuff. Managed to get things from companies through work. So I've got a few videos I need to do, which will be nice. Like a sponsor. It's lovely. So anyway guys, thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. And yeah, I'll catch you all in the next one, which hopefully should be in a couple of days, not a month. Fairly soon.
I'm going mainstream. Mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream.